Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Christmas glam makeup tutorial. I was kindly sent some products from Wunderbrow to feature in this tutorial. I'm using their Coverproof foundation, I'm using the Wonder Extensions mascara, I'm using the WunderKiss lip plumping gloss, which I think has really worked because my lips are looking very plumped, and I am also using their sponge. I'm featuring all of these bits in the tutorial, and I really like this lip plumping gloss. It's really plumped up my lips, as you will see in the tutorial. So if you want to see how to get this Christmas glam, then please keep watching. I'm starting off with my brows using the Wonder 2 brow brush, which has a spoolie on the end, and I'm also using 2 shades of the Wunderbrow brow gel, and I'm in the shade Brunette and also black brown. So I'm wiping my brows just to make sure that there aren't any oils or any makeup on, running the spoolie through them, and then starting off with a black brown shade just to get an initial shape for my brows. And once I've got a shape, I'm starting to fill them in and taming any stray hairs with the spoolie. I love this brow gel because it stays in place all day and it doesn't smudge. You don't have to worry about it budging. It's waterproof. It will only come off with an oil-based cleanser, and it looks really nice and natural as well. I'm using the shade Brunette at the front of my brows to create some hairs for a more natural look, and just continuing to build and get the shape that I'm after. The brush hairs are really nice and sturdy so that you can get that nice shape, and you won't be putting too much product on either, so it helps you put the right amount of product on without it being too much. Then moving on to skin, I'm using the Wonder 2 Coverproof foundation, and I'm in the shade Light. I'm using the Wonder Blend sponge to do that. I'm popping a couple of pumps just onto my skin and using the sponge to blend that all in. And I'm going for a full coverage look with this one, as it is quite a glam look, so I'm building it up, popping it all over my skin to start with, and then I'm just building up in any extra areas that I wanted a little more coverage or where I may have had any blemishes. It's very buildable, and once you build it up, you can get a really good full coverage with this one. And it is waterproof and transfer proof, and it is long wearing as well. It's really light on the skin, and it did stay on my oily skin for a good amount of time, and it didn't go cakey, which is really good, especially if you're going out and you want to be wearing a lot of makeup. You want to have that flawless look without it looking too cakey on the skin or feeling too heavy, and this is perfect for that. Then moving on to concealer, I'm concealing and brightening areas and using the sponge to blend that all in. The sponge is a little bit harder than other sponges that I've tried before, but I felt like it blended everything in really nicely, and it's a good size. It's not too big and it's not too small, so you can really blend everything in nice and quickly. Then I'm taking a translucent powder, using the sponge to press that into the skin on areas that I do get oily throughout the day, and that I find my foundation might crease if it's going to, so I'm using the sponge to do that. Then I'm using a brush to set the rest of my face. Moving on to contour, I'm contouring in the usual places that I would. My cheekbones, up onto my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and then along my jaw. After contouring, I'm bronzing up the skin. Then highlighting the tops of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, and the tip of my nose. Before I moved on to the eyes, I wanted to use the WunderKiss Controlled Lip Plumping Gloss to prep my lips before I pop any colour on them at the end. So starting off by making sure that there aren't any air pockets in the gloss, then using the booster, popping it into the gloss, and I'm starting on level 1, and then once you've done that, you pop the wand back into the tube and then just mix it all together again, leave it 30 seconds, and then just pop on the gloss. Now onto eyes, I am prepping my eyes and then setting it into place. I'm using a nice warm brown as our transition shade. Once I have blended that all in, going in with a more precise fluffy brush on a really nice warm burgundy shade. and then blending and taking a little bit more of the transition shade just to blend that all in, and then blending away with the brush that we used to set our primer, and taking a really nice glittery gold shade all over the lid, blending out with the fluffy brushes that we used before. And then I'm taking a pencil brush and a cool toned dark brown to deepen the outer corner. Blending it and then going in with a really nice deep purple shade to really build up and blend in the outer corner. And I'm just repeating this a couple times until I get the definition that I'm after. Then I'm popping some black in the outer corner just to further deepen it and then blending out again. Going back into all of the brushes that we used before to tidy up anything that may have got blended away. I tightlined my top and bottom waterline. Now for under the eyes, I'm doing exactly the same thing as I did on the top, using the transition shade first, followed by the burgundy, followed by the cool toned brown, and then the nice dark plum shade. And then packing the black into the outer corner just to really define it, and then blending it all together. And then just doing any little touch-ups and building it up and blending. Next up, I'm just doing a standard wing. You can make this as dramatic or as subtle as you like, it depends what look you're going for, but I just went for a standard wing. Now I'm really curling up my lashes because I'm going into the Wonder Extensions Lash Extension and Volumizing Mascara. This has got fibres in it, and you can see there is a blue tint to it as well. The blue tint coats your lashes with these fibres, and then the black builds and accentuates that to get a really nice dramatic look. I'm building this up and I'm making sure that I go down and up with my strokes just to make sure that I coat all of my lashes. So I'm popping that on top and bottom. As you can see, the mascara did really accentuate my lashes. You don't necessarily have to wear lashes on a night out if you don't want to, and if you don't want to but you want a mascara that's going to build and it's going to make them nice and long, then this is a really good one to try because it does have the fibres in which are going to accentuate your lashes, and it's very buildable as well. And I added a little bit of sparkle using a foiled shadow on the inner corner, and then just put a little bit on the lid, but then went back into the gold shade that we originally had just to make sure it's all blended and it is nice and subtle. Then I decided that I wanted to plump my lips even more, so I went on to stage 2. So I got rid of any air pockets, popped in the booster, mixed it all together, waited for 30 seconds and then popped it on. I really like this lip plumping gloss. It really did plump up my lips and it made them a lot bigger, and it made me feel like I'd had a small amount of lip injections without actually having to go through it. It was very tingly and I definitely noticed a difference. So if you want something that's a quick fix, definitely go for this. So I was just lining them and then popping on a red liquid lipstick. Next up, I'm just popping some lashes on to finish the festive look. And that is the finished look. I really hope you guys like this Christmas glam that I've created using the Wunderbrow products. If you did like it, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a like. Merry Christmas, have a fantastic time enjoying all the festivities, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!